What is good, people? I am BA, back once again with another reaction in the Tales from the Crypt series. This one is episode 9 of season 2 and it is called Four-Sided Triangle. I've never seen this before, I have no idea who's in it, I have no idea what's about to happen. Let's check it out and see what it's saying to it.
She loves me not. Blah! What do flowers know about love anyway?
It's a very good point. Whoever entrusted flowers with that knowledge?
Sure to arouse the sickies amongst you to some heavy breathing. A tale, I call.
I'm not looking at the art. Your art gives away the episode. I refuse to stare at it. Unless the art was just a four-sided triangle. In which case the art would have been a square. Patricia Arquette in the fucking house. Let's go, Patricia. You think I'll ever forget True Romance? You fucked up James Gandolfini with a butt of a shotgun. Rest in peace to James and much respect to Patricia. Last thing I saw her in was Boardwalk Empire. She played the Louisiana swamp bartender lady. She was excellent in that as well.
Mary Jo!
Seemed incredibly unnecessary. That kettle had done nothing to you. Jesus Christ.
You clumsy little fool. Here, see if you can do something right and get me my eggs.
Do not treat Patricia Arquette like that. Okay, everybody seems to be checking her out so far. But it's like, yeah, you work at a farm and you're Patricia Arquette. Always gotta be a fucking creeper. There is never a dashing rogue in a Tales from the Crypt episode. Not guy leading at the peephole like Norman Bates in Psycho. That's the great thing about Tales from the Crypt. It casts these super famous actresses before they were super famous and still completely up for showing a bit of side boob for no other reason than, oh, it's Tales from the Crypt. We need a little bit of that breast out.
Milk the cow.
Is jij het want haar eggs?
So was she looking at his key there because she's thinking about escaping? Can she not just walk away and leave if she doesn't like it?
What do you want?
Oh, I just want to talk, Mary Jo.
I mean, that's one way to identify your attacker, innit? He's the one with cow titty milk all over his face.
I'm gonna call the police. Tell them about how I picked you up running that night outside the stop and go when the owner was yelling about how he got robbed.
Okay, she's a runaway they've, like, captured, kinda.
You don't get to leave. Not ever. Oh, you stupid bitch!
Oh, fucking hell. I bet Hobbles blames it on her. Fucking hell. I do not enjoy seeing Patricia Arquette treated like such shit. She went through enough in True Romance. Who keeps casting her in these roles where she just gets absolutely assaulted from dudes?
George, you see Mary Jo around?
What a completely unguilty response.
George, you don't milk the cow. Mary Jo does.
Oh, she knows. George is a creepy motherfucker, man. Nice, she's escaped. This is like some fucking halfway through a Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie type shit. Like, they just missed out the first half where she was a runaway escaping and shit. This is like the second act of a Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie.
Look, blood.
Holy shit! If she was losing that much blood, they would have found her 10 feet away in a pool of it. Well, there you go.
Pick me up. What? You heard me, pick me up. Pick me up!
That woman's first language is stick, and her second language is English. She's a better communicator with stick, though. Unfortunately, no one in the farm shares her native tongue, but she still chooses to impose it on others. Okay, we've got a creepy scarecrow in the cornfield, and this one's wearing a clown mask. Another trope of the horror genre, cornfields. Stephen King fucking loves them. Let alone a scarecrow in one. Scary stories to tell in the dark. If you haven't seen that horror anthology movie, check it out. It's by Guillermo del Toro. It's got a segment about a creepy scarecrow in the cornfield.
I don't want you listening to anything she says, cause she's had a blow to the head.
Why? What's she gonna say?
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm sure you don't, mate.
My man, what'd you do with him? He was just here a second ago. I want him to make love to me. What do you want it?
Okay, Patricia's went crazy. I don't know if she's talking about that guy or the clown scarecrow. Either way, I mean, I wouldn't expect Patricia Arquette to roll like that, but she's entitled to have sex with whoever she wants to. Creepy farm, stalker creep, and clown scarecrow notwithstanding. Hold tight, Patricia Arquette's left ass cheek, making a cameo, winking at us all. And we're all winking back, Patricia.
Good man, Joe.
You like it? It's honeysuckle. I found it outside. I rubbed it all over my body from my mane.
From this setup, I'm assuming that cornfield clown guy is going to come and kill all them on her behalf, because she sees it as her man.
Well, I have a friend and he doesn't do that to me.
At least she's telling him to get the fuck off her.
What were you and Mr. Yates talking about?
Well, I was telling Mr. Yates not to get friendly with me, because I already got a friend like that.
Nice, she landed him right in the shit. Just what he deserves.
You know what she's like now? Text. She's bragging about some man she claims she got.
I do. He's real tall, and he always wears a hat and a suit.
Literally, the scarecrow clown.
Enough, I said! Now get in there and set the table!
See, she understands you know you used stick.
Well, one good thing about this anyway.
What?
She's crazy, George. Where's a crazy girl gonna run?
Why does she not want her to run away either? She seemed very concerned that her husband was trying to make unwanted advances toward her. But at the same time, she doesn't want her to leave, just because she likes her being the busybody around the farm. Fuck both these people. Plus, just because you've got a limp, it doesn't justify you walking around physically assaulting everyone with a cane all day.
Don't matter anyhow. I got myself a sweetheart.
Well, at least getting bottled and having to crawl for your life into a cornfield cheered her up. People say hallucinations aren't good for you. Tell that to Patricia and her clown boyfriend. She's completely lost it. Here he comes like a fucking trash panda looking for his hamburger. I mean, thank fuck Tales from the Crypt deals in the supernatural, otherwise she'd just be leading him into the middle of a cornfield to get beat with a bottle again.
You don't like it? Well, I wore it special just for you.
It's true, love.
So crazy she don't know the difference between that thing and a real man.
You bottled her, bro. Do not judge what you've done to her brain after that fact.
You listen to me, you little simpleton. He ain't no flesh and blood man. I am. I am. I am.
No!
This guy, man. Fucking beat him to death already.
Where you been?
I heard a critter bothering the chickens.
I mean, I thought she was drawing him there to kill him. She was literally just that giddy to go talk to the scarecrow. She's like Dorothy Gale. Oh my god, is anybody else getting the Vlad the Impaler sort of odds to just put him into his own pitchfork ass first?
Dressing kind of different, ain't you?
It's for my fella. Do you think you like it?
Yeah, I'm sure he's gonna love it.
He deserves it more than you fucking twat.
Maybe he'll like me a little bit better just like this.
I mean, she is definitely trying to lead them back there tonight at midnight, though.
I got sweet.
Just as I mentioned the pitchfork, I mean, someone's getting pitchfork. Let's not fuck about here. I can literally see the prop guys building pitchfork stab wounds as we speak for the ending of this episode, where at least one person is getting pitchforked.
I ain't cheating on you, Louisa.
I know you're not, George. Not now.
She is not stupid. She knows exactly what type of prick this guy is. But she still chooses to sleep next to him. Stick language or not, that's fucked up. This is obviously that guy dreaming, and also this actor's easiest day's work he ever did. Yeah, wake up, mate. No Patricia Arquette. You actually have to go shovel cow shit. Unlucky. How was your dream? Did you enjoy it? Back to reality. Shovel that shit. She's all dolled up for her big date. Also, why is this scarecrow so picky? If he's gonna be into her, and not wait until she puts on a white dress or whatever. She likes you, and you're wearing a fucking Bozo the Clown face. So he was being selective. He did not like her clothes yesterday and would only reanimate himself back into existence if she wore the white dress. Seems a bit high maintenance.
You're alive! You're really, truly alive!
Tell me that's not a fucking, farmer dressed as that. Because that's even more fucked up than what I was expecting. Now she's got a stick and a pitchfork. You don't want her to go into her third language of pitchfork. Stick is much more of an accepted language, even though that's still fucked up. Pitchfork is like very to the point.
He's alive! He was just about to make love to me when you showed up!
Don't argue with me, you little fool. I'll show you a straw.
So yeah, she's just stabbed the husband through the chest. Well, you know, you dress up as a clown scarecrow in a field at night, you reap what you fucking sow, really. Damn, Patricia. I told you that prop effects department were getting them pitchfork spikes ready. Also, they both really deserved it. Two incredibly cruel people keeping this woman against her will. Fuck both these guys. They deserve to be dead in their cornfield.
Papa, and I don't care. I'm free at last.
You would do that if you'd just managed to kill the redneck murder cannibal family or whatever they were, you know, after months of it. You would literally dance and sing. Okay, so that was episode... Where are we? That was episode 9 of season 2 of Tales from the Crypt, Four-Sided Triangle. And I will be back in just a minute with my thoughts on that. So, episode 9 of season 2, Four-Sided Triangle. What did I think of that? First of all, I was thinking there for a moment about the name Four-Sided Triangle, and I was like, how the fuck is that applicable to this episode? But I guess it's because it's a love triangle, and there's a fake fourth person. So it should be a love square, but because the fourth person, the scarecrow, is also actually the husband dressed up in the end, it is a four-sided triangle. That's the only way this title makes any logical sense in my head, so I'm assuming that's what it meant. Love the setup again. There's no point in continuing saying that. All these Tales from the Crypt premises are essentially just so creative and original. This one, I liked it because, it was like one of them traditional Texas Chainsaw, weird family in the countryside movies, except they'd cut out the first half. If this was a full-length movie, we would have followed her. She was perhaps like a petty crook or whatever. She robs something, she's about to get caught by the police, and then these two characters would have showed up in town, bumped into her and been like, oh, we know somewhere we can keep you safe. and then maybe she wakes up the next day and they're like, by the way, you've got to help around the farm if you want to stay here, or we'll be phoning the police, etc, etc. It would escalate for a little bit, and then this episode would start. So it's like one of them movies, but with the first half removed, which is dope, because this shows that sometimes films like that are stretched out just to be films. You can do something like that and start halfway through and it still makes complete coherent sense. Just with a few lines of dialogue, we completely get it, right? She committed a crime, they helped her lay low, they're making her help around the farm, her husband's making unwanted advances toward her, and they're not allowing her to leave. Bang! Couple of lines of dialogue, all of that was set up without the unnecessary 45-minute precursor introducing the characters slowly building into that scenario. We can start on that scenario and fully comprehend what's going on. There was also elements from other horror tropes built into it. Obviously the cornfield. Stephen King has used a cornfield I think at least 3 times in movies. The most famous is the short story Children from the Corn. I don't actually recommend the film The Children from the Corn, but the short story, you expect it to be a full-length book. It's not. It's a very short story. You should go and read it. The Children of the Corn short story is incredible. Stephen King does have a lot of stuff, and he writes so quick that obviously not everything's always going to resonate with you. You maybe read one thing of Stephen King's and think, nah, it's not for me, but trust me, you should check out The Children of the Corn short story. Very short, very to the point, very creepy, very unique. Yeah, I don't recommend the film series though. But yeah, so this had elements of that in it. It had elements of, you know, the scarecrow, which is another horror trope, which is obviously connected directly to these cornfields. Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark was the last time I'd seen that done in mainstream cinema. Great horror anthology film, right up the alley of these. It's a bunch of interconnected short horror stories which make a feature-length film. It was directed by Guillermo del Toro, who did Kronos and The Devil's Backbone and Blade 2 and Pan's Labyrinth. He's a very, very good director. So check out Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. It's awesome. So this had elements of all of these tropes mixed into it. So straight away it was just great horror setting. Familiar ground but very unique as well. A runaway. This guy's making unwanted advances towards her to the point where he assaults her, and then at first you just think, well, is she concussed? Is she gone crazy from getting hit over the head because she starts having these fantasies about the scarecrow? I let my traditional horror tropes take over my brain, and my prediction was completely wrong. If it was, I guess, A to Z writing, she would have went to that field, professed her love for this inanimate scarecrow and said, he's my man, he's always going to protect me. The redneck couple would laugh at her, but then one night lightning would strike and we'd see the fucking arms come off of the mount and the scarecrow would be animated, and then he would go and kill the husband and wife. I genuinely thought it was just going to be as basic as that, but it was not. It was very unique and had a very clever twist. He picked up on her craziness and like putting all her faith in this inanimate scarecrow, and then she told him the next time she was going to go have a date with him. That guy, being a predator, fucking went and dressed up and assumed the position of the scarecrow, which then led his wife to come down and mistakenly stab him to death. So I was not expecting any of that, and I thought it was great. I love any time you can take a classic setting from a horror and put a new twist on it. It's not unoriginal to do that. It's fine to take classic things and get originality from them. Quentin Tarantino built his whole career doing that. Every single thing he's done is an homage to some sort of genre or time period or national sort of style of films, like from a certain country, and he just gets the best bits, puts his own twist on the best bits, and takes classic scenes and does a completely original thing within them. And from doing that, he's become one of the best directors of all time. I'm not saying you should always look to other sources to get the basis of your ideas, but there's nothing wrong with it if within that you're being very creative and original. This episode does exactly that. Great to see Patricia Arquette in it. I mean, star-studded. This show is so star-studded. Season 2, I mean, what ridiculous names Season 2 has had already. I can't even list them all offhand, but I mean, we've had Arnold Schwarzenegger, Patricia Arquette, Michael Ironside in the last episode as well. Seeing famous people in something shouldn't heighten it, but for some reason it does, because it's like, it's almost credibility. Not that Tales from the Crypt needs credibility nor validation from anyone, but it just adds to it that all these fucking people who went on to be famous or were famous at the time of doing it were like, yeah, I love Tales from the Crypt, I'll do an episode. It's just a testament to the source material, if anything, or how strong Season 1 was that Season 2 picked up all these big names. It was well acted. Obviously, Tales from the Crypt, you're not getting subtle modern acting, you're getting slightly hyper reality, over the top, to almost sometimes a surreal level acting. So the creepy guy was incredibly creepy, the mean old wife was incredibly mean, and she was incredibly crazy after she'd been hit on the head. But it all worked perfectly for the Tales from the Crypt episode. Great payoff at the end. So I thought the acting was good as always for Tales from the Crypt. So, that has been my thoughts on episode 9 of season 2, Four-Sided Triangle. If you have liked this video, click like. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more videos like this or be updated as to when videos are coming out in the future. If there's anything you want to talk about and anything you've just seen, or anything you want me to react to in the future, leave a comment below and let me know. And share this video around and try help build the channel a bit. Show it to people you think might like it or want to watch these along with us. I also now have a Patreon. If you become a Patreon, you get access to polls that let you vote on what I watch in the future. You also get access to these reactions I put on YouTube months and months in advance, and you also get access to full-length versions of all the reactions I put on YouTube. You will need your own copy of the show to watch those along with me, but they're all up there as well in their full-length entirety. And until next time, I have been BA. Peace.